upgrade Nature's Blessing quite yet. I think that would be a very useful upgrade for this matchup, just because obviously Grubby wanting to do a lot of base racing now that he knows that Moon knows that Grubby wants to do a lot of base racing now that he knows that Grubby has an expansion, and Robe of the Magi, nice item for that Beastmaster, or maybe the Tinker, but probably the Beastmaster. And looks like, ooh, actually Moon sold it immediately so that he could buy some good items. He wants to get that Scroll of Healing, and he has less money. Ooh, a Tome of Experience, nice there for Moon. But meanwhile, Grubby straight back in. I think this is a better choice, really, taking down these Ancient of Winds. They're so quick to take down. Moon is now getting Nature's Blessing, and now TPing back in, but Grubby just using a Speed Scroll to get out of here. Will Moon get off any Cyclones? No, it doesn't look like he will. Grubby could have got a Silence off to stop the Cyclones, and then run his Blade Master out of there, but actually he's so low on mana, it probably isn't worth it. And Moon, meanwhile, able to do some damage with this Ancient of War. I think Moon should probably keep it near the trees and probably just hit it on the Great Hall, because it's a bit risky to try and hit the peons there, because you can't then heal up your tree quickly if any pressure comes in. It looks like Grubby is coming in with his 2 heroes and with 2 raiders actually. Grubby did rebuild his Spirit Lodge, but I don't think we're seeing any Spirit Walkers quite yet. Maybe he wants to get that upgrade first, and it looks like Grubby now could be a bit on the run with his, or Moon could be on the run with the Ancient of War. As I was saying, it'd be very nice to keep it near those trees, but Moon actually coming in with his whole army. Grubby gonna need to get out of here. You can see he just saw that one Huntress, and based on that he decided to TP away. Smart choice, and it looks like Grubby could be going for an actual attack here. You can see he staffed his Blade Master just back to his army. Nice choice there. Grubby now with 1/1 upgrades, and that's going to be so effective in these long games. And Moon now going to force Grubby to TP out, but you can see this is exactly the type of position Grubby wants to be in. He's just been playing so dominantly all game, to be fair to him, and looks obviously if he can trade a TP for a TP, his income is just so much higher. It's a very good choice, and Grubby meanwhile TP straight to his expansion so that he can take down this Ancient of War and get his expansion mining happily. And Grubby, you can see he has peons everywhere. I'm not sure if he wants to expand here, he's just scouting for a Moon expansion. Certainly it wouldn't be beyond Moon to expand to Grubby's natural. And looks like this Ancient of War. Ooh, look at this. This is such smart play here by Moon, bringing this back into the sort of the very far depths of the trees, just so that it can't be killed off quickly, and Grubby being forced to run away because he doesn't want to engage Moon while he can outmine him and engage him later. It's a smart play here by Grubby, but Moon really playing that very, very strongly, keeping this Ancient of War alive, and will now be able to take down this expansion unless Grubby wants to go for the counterattack immediately, but it looks like he isn't on the way. Instead he's running his Blade Master. Maybe he's going to run it here. I'm not quite sure what his plan is now at this point. I've watched this game very late at night, and I can't even remember lots of the sort of nuances of what happens this game. But it looks like this Tinker almost level 3. That could be very, very big, because level 3 Tinker is actually really strong. And Grubby creeping this out again. Nice to use silence on this creep camp. This creep camp's really good for things like silence, and if you have if you can devour magic, anything like that on this creep camp, it's so good. And Grubby taking this expansion, and so just to make up for the one that he did lose, and Tome of Intelligence, nice there for that Shadow Hunter. We're going to have to see what the big item is going to be here for Grubby, and Grubby actually passing what item across, and a second Staff of Silence, such a huge item here, combination for Grubby, because he can basically negate all the effects of those dots, just because you can just be so damaged. You can just sort of keep them out of the battle for basically the first 30 seconds or so, and at that point really they've become completely useless. So Moon's going to have to be a lot more careful with TPing in. He's going to have to either TP in to places far from Grubby so that he can split his dots, or he's going to have to just sort of bear the brunt of it. Moon meanwhile finally trying to take an expansion of his own, but Grubby's already had one and lost one, and is now setting up a third mine of his second expansion, and it looks like Grubby going to attack this Ancient of War, but as soon as Moon TP's in, he's just going to be able to run away, and this is the type of tactic that Grubby absolutely loves, just this hit and run, try and force people to waste TPs. If he's in a bad position, he'll always go for the base race over the attack that he thinks he's going to lose, and he does that spectacularly. But it looks like this 2/1 upgrades now on these raiders, and Grubby just going to do some more shopping, buy a healing scroll by the looks of things, and so he does have 2 healing scrolls. That's just so annoying, because obviously you can't put out that much damage as you're with just these 3 heroes and dots, and so if they can use a scroll of healing in conjunction with that Spirit Link, it just is so useful. And he's been Moon going to do some more creeping now. 4-3-3, soon to be 4-4-3 actually, and Grubby meanwhile did manage to take down that Ancient of War with these couple Huntresses, and it looks like he's now running his Oh, look at this. This one Wisp will be able to scout out this expansion. This is so huge for Moon. Oh, Moon gets a Hex on his Blade Mask, on his Wisp and ensnared, so that he can't scout it out, but I think he did scout it out nonetheless. Very, very important there for Moon to scout that out. So he needs to creep out this one spot for his own expansion, and then he needs to go take out Grubby's, because you really can't afford to be down on expansions versus Orc in this matchup, especially if you're going for dots, because they just produce so many raiders that you just have no option. Oh, look at this! Grubby running in with 3 raiders, actually with 5 raiders, but 3 of them get ensnared, and Moon going to be able to take them down in his own time. He's going to finish off that creeping, and Moon even staffs in his Demon Hunter now, and is going to try and get a bit of a surround, but meanwhile Grubby trying to distract Moon, going for a counterattack. Moon putting up Ancient of Wars, excellent choice against those raiders, just to slow them down a lot, and Moon being forced to TP home. He doesn't have time to take down these raiders. Maybe he'll be able to take down one in time. No, it survives with 2 hit points, and Moon just gets in here, but look at this huge silence by Grubby, and just the TP comes out immediately from him, who's happy obviously to continue to trade because he does have this mine now up, and Grubby at 71 food compared to Moon's 50. So Grubby actually not outmining Moon by too much, and these Wisps actually being caught out by Grubby, and this one expansion is being run in finally. Moon will probably want to put it back here where it's really defended, it's really hard to take out, but it does mean your actual gold mine is more exposed. So maybe if Grubby wants to go for the base race, then he'll be then that won't be Moon's best option. We'll have to see how Moon wants to play it. And this is like a couple of raiders here. Can't believe that one raider survived with a couple hit points. Really, really big. But it looks like Moon is going to come in here with actually he turns around. It looks like he's actually going to try and creep this out first. Maybe he wants to take another expansion of his own, and then he can just do some harassment with his mercenaries, and obviously putting down things like pocket factories and quill beasts and hawks. Just so annoying, because you just lose the peons instead of the actual base, so you have to rebuild it. But Grubby with a huge army coming in here, an absolutely amazingly big army, has had that warm up for a while, so we can get things like Kodo beasts and demolishers, and even some spirit walkers coming in finally to join his army, and that's going to be really big. But these 3 Ancient of Wars might actually dissuade Grubby from fighting. He's coming in now, and Moon looks like he was going to do some more creeping, but instead decided to TP in, and we're going to see how good the silence is going to be, and immediately comes in, but oh my god, Cyclone going off before the silence can be used by Grubby, and so Moon's going to want to spread out his dots a bit. He's getting into a bit more of a line now, and looks like Grubby actually going to TP away. He doesn't like the look of that fight, and does actually manage, oh, I thought he actually missed a couple of his units out here, but he doesn't, and it looks like these Ancient of Wars actually really save Moon here. I really like that, the choice to build there. It's going to stop Grubby from base racing, and it's going to be nice if Grubby ever wants to fight in Moon's base. And Grubby immediately scouting out this expansion. Actually, you can see such amazing map awareness by both players. Moon actually getting another expansion in this top left corner as well, and this is just such classic Moon play, constantly expanding. But really, if anyone's been playing like Moon this game, it's Grubby with the sort of really quick expansions and putting them in unusual places. And looks like Grubby going to be scouting out for an expansion here, but all Moon has here is one Wisp of his own. And it'd be quite nice actually if Moon could have eaten out a lot of trees here and actually just put down the Tree of Life to build here, and then walked in later. Be a nice way just to hide it. But looks like Grubby just with this huge army, but being harassed here by these a couple summons, but he can obviously ensnare them and take them down very quickly for a nice bit of experience, but it's just wasting time while Moon tries to get his expansions up. He does have this one up and running now. Yes, it's fully running, so Moon is actually does have equal number of expansions currently up, but is at lower food count, I think. And Moon now running in for a huge attack here on Grubby's main. And Grubby did put up this one watchtower, but I don't know how effective it's really going to be. Putting down this one pocket factory and Grubby TPing in now. Moon needs to be not caught in a bad position, and Moon now really she doesn't have a TP, and that's just so bad for him, because it means that Grubby can really do so much. Grubby, you can see that it wasn't actually a real TP, it was a staff teleportation. Grubby being caught with no TP, that's just so bad for him, needing to buy one on his Shadow Hunter, needing to get back into this battle as soon as possible. Moon with no TP needs to run out of here as soon as this TP starts, otherwise he's just going to be in such a bad position. And this TP has started, and Moon looks like he's going to try and engage with all these split up dots. Maybe that's a good choice, but a huge TP in there by Grubby in the perfect position, running these demolishers to the back so they don't get focused down, and looks like these silencers not too effective for Grubby, but he just has such amazing position. Now Moon now getting his heroes really caught out of position. He does have a couple healing scrolls on his Demon Hunter, but not on any other hero, so you need to transfer at least one to another hero so you can use them both. But all of Moon's dots going down, look at, they're all in the red, and Moon needs to use the as many healing throws as possible basically right now, but Moon losing his entire army, Beastmaster being surrounded, and this Tinker now being surrounded as well, and Moon now really sort of so far behind. He's lost his Beastmaster now, Tinker now on the run, Demon Hunter does still have one scroll of healing. Obviously he couldn't use them earlier, and even a scroll of healing being used there by Grubby, who's got to be feeling very good about where he is right now. Hex going off on that Demon Hunter, so he can't use an invuln pod, and he does manage to get out of it Hex in time, but Moon still doesn't use that invuln pod. Maybe he just knew it'd be a waste. He does manage to run his Tinker home, but look at this, 63 food for Grubby versus 31 for Moon. Oh my god, and Grubby, bear in mind, does have some expansions up, although Moon does now actually have one more mine going than Grubby, so Moon's one advantage is a slight economic one. Buys back his Demon Hunter at the tavern, he needs to do this, but Grubby, just knowing that Moon's in such a bad position, not gonna give Moon time to rebuild. But maybe this is going to be where the Ancients of War can save the day for Moon. We're going to have to see if Grubby goes in for an attack now. Can Moon just hold off this one attack, at which point he'll slowly be able to buy himself back into this game. But Grubby can just go for Moon's expansions now. I really don't see what Moon's game plan is at this point. This level 5.5 Blade Master already just going to be able to put down so much damage with those level 3 critical hits. And Tinker now, it looks like Moon's going to go for a counterattack on Grubby's expansion, knowing that he can't engage Grubby directly, and Grubby just going to take this down so quickly. Bunch of low wisps here, getting ensnared actually, so they can't get away, and Moon's going to want to use some sort of is going to want to detonate, but look at this, silence being used on all 5 dots so they can't detonate. Really smart play there by Grubby, just to ensure he gets that small bit of experience. He doesn't think he's going to be engaging Moon for a very long time, and even setting up another expansion here now that this one is going down, but it's going to go down so slowly because Moon is such a small army, and Grubby now looks like he's going to just go engage Moon, and that's a smart choice, but Moon does still have this expansion, which I don't believe has been scouted out by Grubby quite yet, and so that's the one thing keeping him in this game, and Moon very smartly bringing out these Ancients of War to the front, just so they can do a lot of tanking, and this Blade Master now just can be able to do so much. Bear in mind the Shadow Hunter also level 5 as well, so the Blade Master could be quite reckless and still be healed up a huge amount. Moon using a Moonstone because he needs to get more mana in his Moonwells if he's going to survive this fight, and it looks like these extra fours actually doing a good job at tanking and doing the damage to the Raiders, although they are Spirit Link, so it's much less effective. But Moon, look at this army position, he has bought back his Beastmaster now as well, but all the dots protected here, no shockwave, otherwise that'd be actually quite a vulnerable position. But in this situation, such a smart position for Moon, and it's so indicative of his control that he manages to get a position like that. And these Ancients of War in the front as well. You can see Grubby has such a huge army, but just unable to break through this nice wall of heroes and Ancient of Wars and summons and sort of clockwork goblins and all that stuff, and Moon actually being able to focus down a couple low raiders, and Grubby now actually managing to get a bit of a surround on these heroes, but it looks like Moon just managing to hold on. The Blade Master now coming and getting a critical strike, and the Demon Hunter now in a lot of trouble, does have a healing potion which he does use, and has passed the TB as well, and then immediately uses it, and you can see silence on these dots just playing such a huge role, because these dots, lots of them have a huge amount of mana. Ooh, this Tree of Eternity was actually walking to take a new mine, so it looks like Grubby actually, will he realize this? It looks like he has. He's going to continue to fight. Oh, actually maybe he hasn't. If he had moved out here, he could have really done so much, but it looks like he didn't realize that Tree of Eternity had walked away, and if and so Moon will be able to get to his Moonwells, which that Moonstone did do actually play a huge role in actually regenerating them, and it's actually going to allow him to heal up his heroes a lot. And actually this Tinker being caught, but you can see Moon putting down a Pocket Factory on one side, so it takes a lot longer for Grubby to take down this Tinker. In the meantime, Grubby can do a whole lot, or Grubby will take a whole lot of damage, and nice staff there by Moon as well. Obviously Grubby just needs to keep that inside the whole time, otherwise the staff will come into effect, and Grubby just didn't manage to do that in time. And Grubby now getting his Blade Master surrounded. He doesn't have enough mana for a Windwalk, and this Raider being surrounded as well, but it looks like Grubby going to be able to navigate his Blade Master right out of there. And a couple more low units actually from Grubby going down, but you can see Moon just has had such a perfect defense from that one battle that he managed to keep most of his dots at full health, and lots of them do still have a lot of mana, as I say, so we still are seeing Cyclones on this Blade Master, who he is now level 6, so that is very scary for Moon. Obviously Blade Storm can be good if positioned well, mainly just because it forces the dots to go into bird form, and which point actually if you have like a surprise bat rider, that's huge. But oh my god, nice huge critical strike there by Grubby, takes down that Tinker. Level 4 Tinker can cost a lot to buy back, and Moon just doesn't have the economy to be constantly buying back his heroes like this, and Grubby just had lost so many units though in that battle, and that was really sort of the big loss there for Moon out of that entire thing, was that one Tinker, and it looks like Moon could be able to immediately counterattack at Grubby's expansion, and He does still have this one up, but he only has 2 peons on it, and Moon now going to scout out what's going on there, decide if it's worth trying to take down, or if there's some more important target. And we know this Tree of Eternity has actually entangled this gold mine, and is producing some more wisps. I'm not sure what happened to the wisp or the original gold mine, but it looks like Moon to take down all these peons, and at this point really can run away. But